Today we're taking a look at one of the best spec watches that I've ever featured here on my channel, under $1,000. And this watch is well under $1,000. It's a GMT, it's in 904L stainless steel. However, those are probably some of the least surprising things about this watch. It is incredibly impressive. I have one hands-on to show you guys, so let's take a hands-on look at the Wise Adamascus GMT. What Wise tried to do here is give you everything, all of the specs they possibly could give you in an affordable GMT package. And this gets a lot of specs. I'm going to run through all of the specs and features on this watch, and there are a lot because there is a lot that goes into this watch. It is very impressive for the price. We'll get back to price in just a few seconds. I want you to hear exactly what this watch is getting, and I want to show you some of the functionality, and you're going to understand why this is a very affordable watch considering what you're getting. This gets a bi-directional 72-click ceramic bezel that is loomed. So the entire bezel is loomed. All of the indices on there are loomed, and it is bi-directional and 72-click. And it feels really good. Very, very smooth, very nice clicks. You're getting a screwed-in crown and you're getting a screwed-in case back. You get an automatic movement inside. Of course, that is the Miyota 9075. They wanted to give you a true GMT or a traveler's GMT, so they went with the 9075. Screwed-in crown, screwed-in case back, 200 meters of water resistance. So already you have a ceramic bezel that is fully loomed, bi-directional, which is always a big complaint when you get a GMT. People want a bi-directional bezel. You're getting a screwed-in crown, a screwed-in case back. You get to see the movement, and you're getting a 9075. The case is made out of 904L stainless steel. The bracelet is made out of 904L stainless steel. We'll get back to the bracelet in just a few seconds because there are some really awesome details on the bracelet as well. The dial, you have a little 24-hour track right in the middle. You have applied indices. Those are very liberally applied with loom. The hands also very liberally applied with loom. All of the hands get loom. They've also used bicolor loom so that you can see the difference between the hour and the minutes hand. Even though they look very different in the dark, they still did a different color loom on that hour's hand, so it looks different in the dark. You get a date on this dial. It's at the 6 o'clock position, not at the 3 o'clock position or somewhere between the 4 and 5 o'clock position. They put it right at the 6 o'clock position. It takes the place of the index at the 6 o'clock position, or most of the index at the 6 o'clock position. It has a little surround around it. I like the date window there. It's very symmetrical, and it's there when you want it, and it's not when you don't. So for people like me who don't love the date, this works really well. Right above that, it gives you the water resistance. Again, 200 meters of water resistance, automatic above that, and then GMT because this is a GMT. At the top, it gives you the name of the brand, Wise. Right below that, Adamascus, which is the name of the line of watches. So now let's talk about the clasp on this watch. It is exceptional for the price. One of the best that I have seen in a little while, and I have reviewed some amazing watches on my channel recently. This gets a Wise buckle. So it says Wise right there. That's their logo. Open this up and you have a spring-loaded micro adjust. Look at that. Very easy to use, and you could use it on the fly. It is very, very easy. No buttons to push. Just pull up and pull out. And that is it. Spring-loaded is very hard to do. Usually more expensive brands get a clasp like this. That is pretty amazing at this price point. But what's even more amazing is how you change the links on this watch. This is pretty incredible because this is one of the only watches that I have seen with this system at this price point. In fact, this is the only watch that is at this price point that I have seen this system on before. There are other brands that offer it at much higher price points, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All you need to do is pull and twist, and all you do is, you could see right there, and I'll do close-ups of what I'm actually doing. There is the bar that actually holds the bracelet together. You pull out one side and that's it. That's all you need to do to take out a link. And you just do that again on this link and you take out a link and then put it back together. It is so simple. They are all spring loaded. So it's very easy and you don't need tools to actually adjust the size of your bracelet. Finally, the case back, like I was saying before, is screwed in. You have a sapphire crystal in the case back because why not? They put so many specs into here. Why not add one more? You have quick release, solid end links, and you have a custom rotor on that 9075. The only complaint that I would have here is that they didn't put more of a custom rotor because it doesn't feel as special as the watch is. So they just engraved the current rotor that it comes with. If they put a bespoke rotor on here, it would just be insane. But that's really nitpicking, I would say. It doesn't really need it, doesn't affect it, and it's something that you wouldn't see ever. So, that's the only complaint I would have. Overall finishing on the bracelet and on the case is beautiful. 904L stainless steel, like I was talking before, for the case, for the bracelet, the bezel, the crown, the case back, the clasp, everything. 904L stainless steel like you get from very high-end brands. There is brushing on the side. It's somewhat slab-sided, I guess you would say. Some people would say, I don't know. And then you have a very large line of polish on the top and the bottom. Everything is silky smooth, not a rough edge. Everything feels really nice in hand. Measurements on the watch is 40 millimeters. This measures in exactly at 40 millimeters at the bezel. You have a 12.3 millimeter thickness and a 47 millimeter lug to lug, just about there, just maybe a hair over. And then you have a large crown at 6.4 millimeters. It's signed again with the Wise logo. On wrist today, I have my Vulcane Nautic Skin Diver with a very weird 70s bracelet. I love this watch. I've had this for some time now, and I do wear it a lot because it is very comfortable, and I love the bracelet on here. And there is the Wise ADX 130 True GMT. That's what they call it. And there it is on my 7.5-inch wrist. I mean, it looks fantastic. That black and blue looks really good. It's not thick. It gets 200 meters of water resistance, 904L stainless steel. It's a 40 millimeter watch with around a 12.3 millimeter thickness and a 47 millimeter lug to lug. That is a true lug to lug because you have male end links. However, they are short that line up with those lugs. So does not hang over at all. Really nice design. Everything really thoroughly thought out. Those lugs are long and sort of come to an abrupt end. They're cut off and they are polished on the interior of the lugs as well. Obviously, this is a Miyota 9075, so the functionality here is basically when you put it into the GMT position, that first position, all you do is turn in one direction. It moves the local hour hand rather than the GMT hand, and in the other direction, it changes the date. That's basically how the functionality works. Very similar or exactly the same as you would get from Rolex, and a lot of people prefer that. So as usual with Wise watches, you get a lot of loom. All of the indices, all the markings on that bezel, loomed. All of the indices are applied and are filled with loom. All of the hands are filled with loom. The GMT hand, the local hour hand is in a greenish tone, while the rest are in a bluish tinge. So there you go. And then you have a little arrow on that seconds hand, and that is also loom. So Wise do a great job with the loom. Currently, this watch is on sale right now on the Wise website for $760 for a Traveler's GMT with on-the-fly micro adjust that is really better than any other watch at that price point. And it also gets a toolless changing system for the 904L stainless steel bracelet. I think that's pretty incredible. You're getting to see the movement. Lots going into this watch for $760. I don't know how they make money on this watch. It's pretty incredible. Guys, tell me what you think down in the comments below. The only complaint that I would have is that the rotor is a little bit generic. That is really nitpicking though, because everything else here is pretty incredible. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. I will put a link to this watch down in the description below. Definitely check them out if you are interested in a very affordable, spec'd out GMT. That's really it, guys. Thank you for logging on. Thank you for watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next video.